The Whispering Woods. It was a chilly November evening when Sarah, bundled against the biting cold, decided to take a shortcut through the woods near her grandmother's house. The forest, ominously known as the Whispering Woods, loomed ahead, infamous for the spine-chilling tales that surrounded it. Sarah, ever the skeptic, shrugged off these haunting fables as folklore spun to entertain children. Her sole concern was reaching home before the threatening dark enveloped her. As she stepped onto the forest path, the fading sunlight painted the woods in blood-red hues, casting long, unsettling shadows. Each leaf crunched underfoot with a sinister precision, and the crisp air bore the eerie scent of damp earth, a scent like freshly dug graves. But as she ventured deeper, the trees appeared to converge, their gnarled branches twisting menacingly like skeletal hands poised to grasp. Then it began. A faint whisper, soft and sinister, tickled her ears. At first, she thought it was the wind, but a terrifying stillness had fallen. No rustling leaves, no chirping birds, just an unnerving silence. She shook her head, softly laughing at the absurdity of her rising fears. "Get a grip, Sarah," she muttered, but her voice lacked conviction. The whispers grew more insistent. Phrases she couldn't decipher floated through the air like chilling invocations. "Come closer. Turn back. Stay with us." They overlapped, a chaotic and haunting symphony resonating within her mind. Her heart pounded erratically, feeding her growing panic. She quickened her pace, eyes flitting fearfully from shadow to shadow, seeking the source of the voices. "Hello?" she called out, her voice a frail echo against the ominous stillness. "Is someone there?" Silence, only the whispers now purring, coaxing her down the path. Sarah grasped her phone, intending to use its flashlight, but the screen was dead, drained of power. Her breath emerged in frantic clouds as she broke into a jog, unwilling to heed the spectral calls taunting her. Suddenly, she tripped over a hidden root, falling hard. As she pushed up, heart racing, she saw something chilling carved into the dirt. "Leave." Her blood ran cold as the whispers swelled to a deafening roar. She felt the undeniable presence of something watching, an unsettling gaze piercing her every move. The fine hair on her neck prickled as shadows swirled at the edges of her vision, vanishing just as she turned, a dark dance in the periphery of her sight. Desperate to escape, Sarah fled, weaving through branches that seemed to reach for her. The path twisted in unfamiliar patterns, the canopy above blotting out the remaining light. Her lungs burned, legs protesting every hurried step, but dread spurred her onward. Then she saw it. A dark figure, seemingly woven from shadow, standing resolutely in her path. Its features were obscured, save for the intense gaze boring into her soul. Instantly, the whispers ceased, leaving a vacuum of echoing silence. Paralysis gripped her as the figure extended a single accusatory finger. "Go back," it intoned, its voice a gravelly command that reverberated through her very being. Terror overwhelmed her. She spun on her heel and ran blindly, tears streaking her cheeks. The woods had transformed, the path vanished, leaving an endless expanse of ominous trees. The whispers returned, a crescendo of anger and malice, accusing her, mocking her futile escape. Abruptly, the earth gave way beneath her. Tumbling into a pit, she landed hard, feeling something cold and jagged beneath her, bones. All around, hollow eye sockets of forgotten skeletons seemed to judge her trespass. Despair claimed her as she clawed desperately at the dirt walls, tears mingling with the soil as she fought for freedom. The whispers, a suffocating chorus, enveloped her. At the brink of escape, a skeletal hand snared her ankle. She screamed, thrashing as the unforgiving grip tightened. Its voice, rasping and eerie, echoed one last command. "Stay with us," it urged, those lifeless eyes fixed on her own. With a primal scream of defiance, Sarah wrenched herself free, stumbling breathlessly into the ever-watchful forest. She ran, blind with fear, until the forest spat her out onto the road, the open world a jarring contrast to the nightmarish woods. A car screeched to a halt. The driver, a concerned man, rushed to her. "Are you okay? What happened?" he asked, voice laced with shock. She gazed back, expecting lingering shadows, but the forest stood silent, its secrets concealed once more. "The woods. Something's in there," she finally uttered, voice a whisper. The man nodded, understanding veiling his eyes. "You're lucky to be alive. People don't usually return from the Whispering Woods." Sarah vowed never to take that shortcut again. Yet sometimes in the dead quiet of night, the whispers infiltrated her dreams, calling her back, reminding her that her escape was but temporary.